Have you ever cared for everyone except yourself? Have you ever helped people over and over, but when you needed help, nobody came? This is the story of a man who gave love to everyone, but forgot to give love to himself. In a quiet little village, surrounded by green fields and tall trees, lived a man named Arif. Arif wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he had the biggest heart in the entire village. When a cow went missing, Arif was the first to help. When a roof started leaking, Arif was already climbing the ladder. When someone felt hungry, he shared his food even when he barely had enough for himself. People often said, "Arif is the heart of this village." But what no one knew was that Arif himself was tired, lonely, and slowly breaking inside. Every morning, before eating a single bite, Arif carried water to an elderly widow named Amina. Then he helped a neighbor fix a broken fence, and after that, he worked in the fields until the sun disappeared. But when he returned home, his own house stood silent, a broken roof, cracked walls, dusty floors. Every day he whispered, "I'll fix it tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. One evening, a boy came running. "Uncle Arif, my father's ox fell into a pit. Please come." Arif didn't think twice. He ran. He pulled. He pushed with everything he had until the ox was safe. Everyone cheered, but on his way home, Arif felt dizzy. His legs weakened. His heart grew heavy. He reached his door and collapsed. 2 days passed. Arif lay weak and helpless inside his broken home. He waited, thinking maybe someone would come, maybe Amina, maybe his neighbors. But no one came. Everyone thought Arif must be out helping someone else. And as he stared at his leaking roof, he whispered, "I gave my heart to everyone, but no one is here when I need them." Tears rolled down his cheeks. On the 3rd day, a traveling monk entered the village. He saw Arif lying near his door, pale and exhausted. The monk sat beside him, gave him water, and asked gently, "Son, why are you here alone?" Arif smiled weakly. "Because I spent my whole life helping others and forgot to take care of myself." The monk nodded and said, "My child, you cannot light someone else's lamp if your own flame is gone." Then he added, "You cannot pour water for others if your own cup is empty." Arif closed his eyes. Those words touched him deeper than anything he had ever heard. The next morning, Arif stood up, slowly, weakly, but with a new clarity. For the first time, he chose to care for himself. He cleaned his house, he repaired his roof, he planted flowers by his door, and every evening he watched the sunset by the river, a moment he had always ignored. People whispered, "Arif has changed. He doesn't help like before." But Arif just smiled and said, "I'm still helping. I'm just starting with myself." Weeks passed. Arif looked happier, stronger, brighter. When someone asked for help, he didn't always say yes. Sometimes he said, "Let me finish my work first, then I'll come." People were confused at first, but soon they saw the truth. Arif was kinder than ever, but now his kindness came from a heart that was full, not empty. One evening, Amina visited him and said, "You taught us something new, Arif. We thought love meant giving everything away, but now we know we must care for ourselves too." Arif smiled and said, "When you love yourself first, your love for others becomes pure. The village slowly changed. People helped each other, but they also cared for their own hearts and homes. And one peaceful sunset, Arif sat by the river and whispered, "Loving yourself first isn't selfish. It's the beginning of real love." Remember, you can't help others if your heart is empty. You can't love anyone deeply if you don't love yourself first. Take time to rest. Take time to heal. Take time to love yourself because the world needs your light, not your pain. Thank you for listening. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs this message today. And I'll see you in the next story, only on the Lantern Tales.